Okay. It is 12:53 a.m. Gotta upload my last stream. Where is it? Oops. Why did they have to wait until I turned the computer on to start updating? Seriously. This update's been out for 3 hours. You kidding me? I gotta wait like 40 minutes now. I gotta wait like 40 minutes. Thanks a lot, Fortnite. I can't be bothered fixing that shit. So, what's easiest and most fun? What's something I can... I hate GTA. It never changes. It's the same fucking people in every match. And it never changes. Sick of it. I spent 60 something bucks on food today. So expensive. And that only got me 5 items. So expensive. Holy shit. Why am I even looking at these? I don't like any of these games or they don't work. It's either one or the other. Either I don't like them or they don't work. Let me close my email. The news never changes. I've been watching the news for like so long, for like keeping up with it since at least 2019. Okay, that's kind of interesting. How the fuck do you have more than 100 convictions? Yeah, I'm not rating this. I don't have the energy to raid. What's easy? Easy. Why is that not a tag? What? What? 80 days is a lot of reading. It's not that easy. Celta Singularity is a lot of planning. These aren't easy. Leave It Alone wasn't very easy either to complete everything. Rocket League, that absolute sweat fest. You kidding me? Town of Salem? Bro, Town of Salem is not an easy game. They need an easy tag, seriously. I could play Broforce. I remember this was so peak back in the day. God damn. 2017? God damn. That's almost 10 years ago, bro. That's, 9 years ago now. Almost 9 years ago. Almost 9, not almost 10. God damn. Where the fuck did I get this? Isn't this a horror game? The Descendant? I removed a bunch of games from my library that were like garbage. So I used to have 250. I still haven't hit 250 again. It's crazy. Euro Truck Sim sucks. This is one of the most overrated fucking pieces of shit I've played. Evolve, bro. Evolve. Holy shit. This was peak. This game was so peak, bro. It looks like I barely played any. I think I played some other Evolve thing. 2016, Firewatch. I didn't like it. It's scary. Firewatch is scary, bro. What the fuck? I don't like it. Her story was so good. Game Dev Tycoon's good. Google Earth VR. Life is Strange isn't a casual game, is it? I don't think so. Move or Die, I remember this. 2017, this was before I quit video games. Back in 2017. It's all 2017. All these old games. Damn, this is 2015. I told my brother to buy it on my account because I had more games. That was kind of stupid. Now he's got like every game except those, cause this is on other packs anyway. That was kind of stupid, I can't lie. 23. Rusty Lake Hotel, what? I don't remember having this. 2021? What? Bro, what? No, that's crazy. Snow, I used to play this and then it stopped working in 23. 34 hours, bro. I put quite a lot into that. I put quite a lot into this game. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. And it doesn't work anymore. You can't even play it. Like single player, you can't even play it. I even got Steep. See, I got Steep 2024. I don't know, I didn't like it or something. I should have refunded it. What was this? Traitors in Salem. I don't even know what this is. Removing it from Steam as it's unplayable. That's crazy. Unturned. I haven't played that since 22. I used to have a server on Unturned. See, 35 hours. Like, I used to have a server. And I've only played 35 hours, so 36 hours or whatever it was is quite a lot for Steep. Snow. I used to play it so much, it was so fun. Back in like 2022, 23. And even before that I played it. I'm just getting nostalgic and not actually finding any good games to play, literally. How long is this going to take? 1 hour. It should have been downloading 3 hours ago when it got the update. I don't understand, why does every fucking aspect of my life that I try to do, even the bare fucking minimum, I got like one game I can play that is mildly enjoyable, and it gets a fucking update that doesn't actually download when I get the update, only starts downloading when I open the computer. The computer was on, it was just locked. Of course, it waits until I get on to start downloading, from which point I can't play the game at all. At all. I can't even play it. Buy Resident Evil, doesn't work. Too fucking laggy. Doesn't work. What the fuck is this shit? Why are these here? I don't want tolls, soundtracks, and hidden. What the fuck? And I've just broken this, have I? I've just broken my fucking settings. What's happened here? What happened to my categories? Okay, there we go. Damn. I was gonna say, oh, they're gone. I could play Rocket League. It's not very fun though. Look, I haven't played since October. I've barely played Rocket League. That's crazy. Only 25 hours? That's like 5-hour sessions. God, what is this annoying thing? Oh look, they gave me a card from Resident Evil. That's great, that's great. I swear, my life, look, I've got this nature quote. What is happiness? The feeling that power increases, that resistance is being overcome. Resistance is never overcome in my life and hasn't been overcome since I've been put on this medication. I've had endless resistance, basically no overcoming. And my only overcoming recently is that Fortnite started working. And that wasn't from anything I did, it was just totally random. I can't even feel good about it because it wasn't something I didn't fix it myself. Regardless, it's like, I don't even feel like just simply overcoming resistance makes you feel happy. I feel like the thing that which you are overcoming resistance in has to actually matter to some extent. Or you feel like, you know, like other people don't have to overcome this resistance, do they? Is this gonna work? No, it's not, right? You're gonna tell me it doesn't work. You're gonna tell me Rocket League doesn't work for some reason. Okay. I got food, but it's like... if I'm gonna stay out for like another 6 hours... Oh, I slept for like 3 hours before... Remember when I said I end up sleeping for like 2-3 hours during the day? Yeah, I slept for like 3 hours from 8:10 p.m. to 11:10 p.m. because I was so tired. I'd only been up for 3 hours, and I go back to sleep for 3 hours. And I go for a walk to the sit across from the river, and I come back here and I stream again. What's the standard 3v3? You're supposed to use a controller, aren't you? What the fuck is this? This is Epic Games? Who are these people? Are these Epic Games friends? Boxed you, yeah, probably. I don't really like this game. I find it really like I never get... Why is it boring? Because I never get any better at it. The more I play it, I never get any better at it. Seriously. I stay bad. I play, I'm bad, and then I play more and I stay bad. How was that fun? How was that honestly fun? That's why I quit and stopped playing. Because it's like, how is it fun to be bad and stay bad? This game's like an old game at this point as well, by the way. This came out in like 2015. That was around when I bought it. My thing says like EST 2015, 2016 or something. This was one of the only fucking games you could buy back then, literally. Okay, I need to figure out what the controls are. You got the super lag. Oh my god, bro, what is this? Can't even play, literally. My laptop is garbage, bro. This was supposed to be the good new laptop and good new piece of tech, and it turns out like a bunch of stuff doesn't work. And I see so many people streaming and all their setups work. Everything works for them. No issues. Why am I so exceptionally unlucky? I don't understand. I don't understand why I have such exceptionally bad luck in life. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm like trying to understand the fucking concepts of luck and trying to like figure out, because it's like exceptional, you know, like how some people are really lucky. I seem to be like the opposite of that. When I was younger, I was really lucky, and now I'm like extremely unlucky. I'm like absurdly unlucky. It's insane. I'm like have absurdly bad luck. Like if it can go wrong, it will go wrong, kind of thing. Like most of the time stuff doesn't work. That's kind of how my life is. Every time I try to fix shit, it doesn't work. Every time I try something new, it doesn't work. Like... And I'm like not enjoying things all the time at the same time. I'm not enjoying life. I don't get it. It's like some kind of rule that I don't understand, where I just have to fail over and over and over again to no end, and it just works like that. You constantly fail and it never gets better. It's crazy. I don't get it. Why is it like this? This team sucks because of I'm on it. I'm sure I used to have an EST 2017 or something on it. I'm even with a squad called Chud. Why would you call yourself Chud? That's such a bad term. More fucking 4chan speak leaking out of that corner of the internet. Ho 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 ho. Ho 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 ho. Bruh. Like, Fortnite is something where I feel like I can get better at it a little bit, even though I don't find it that fun. Like, at least there is a little sense of, like, I'm getting better. Or I am kinda good. Kinda good. Not that good. I don't think I'm, like, anywhere near the top 60%, probably. But, you know, maybe in zero builds, I'm in the top 50%, possibly. Possibly. I don't know. I don't know because, maybe not even the top 50%. But I seem like a pretty good player as compared to not good. I'm not like really bad. Like this, I think I'm pretty bad. I don't score any goals. The more I play, I never get better at it. I never get better at it. It's crazy. Oh my god, bro. This team's garbage. This guy says tough. Oh my god, they're lame. It's fucking Australians, bro. Shut up. Gump. What a typical Australian loser word. I hate these people. The whole region of Oceania is anti-intellectual, and this is how anti-intellectuals in this region speak. The 4chan TikTok thing, they're all anti-intellectuals. It's like, seriously. I don't like anti-intellectuals. They piss me off to no end because you can't reason with them. Get out of the way. Is that guy driving a Rivian? What is that? He's in some SUV thing. What the fuck is that? Goofy ass car. Yeah, look at these losers. Honestly. Fucking 4chan speak. I wanna eat some food now. Why do they put you right into a match? There's not even like a 10-second break. You know what? The interesting thing about this region of the world is it's like, as time goes on, the anti-intellectualism and the general retardedness of the people, men and women, especially young, it never changes. And it's actually not just especially young, it's everyone. It never changes. It never changes. It never gets any better. It's actually getting worse. It's a progressive disease. It is progressively getting worse as time goes on. And it's like nothing is done about it. You don't even see large complaints. And when I say anti-intellectual, I mean these are like, they're like, the culture is retarded. The culture is stupid. It's not based on evidence or science. Even people with degrees are like this. It is so prevalent in the culture. Even people who have degrees in university education are anti-intellectual. Because it's basically specialization where they learn about their field. You know, like people in STEM, they're good at STEM. When it comes to STEM, they focus on reason and stuff. When it comes to the humanities, there's no reason at all for that. They don't study philosophy at all whatsoever. At all. So they're not like, when you interact with them, they don't come off as, oh, this is an intelligent individual. They come off as, oh, this person's a fucking idiot. If you study philosophy, even slightly, you will be better off than these people. You will get the impression, oh, these people are kind of retarded. They are kind of retarded. They are retarded. When it comes to the humanities and philosophy, these people are fucking stupid. They are literally fucking stupid. People in Australia and New Zealand think that humanities and philosophy don't matter and aren't important fields of study. So they don't study them, and then they come off as total retards to anyone who actually does. Right? It's crazy. They've never even heard of fucking nature, except from like some like TikTok bullshit, which totally misrepresents their works. You know, they don't know anything about Marx except communism bad. They don't know Machiavelli. They don't know any of these. They don't know Lenin except communism bad. They don't know anything about any of this shit. It's like they've never studied philosophy at all. Most of them have never even studied like religion, which is at least, I guess, an alternative to philosophy. Most of them have never even studied religion, which is like, well, that was philosophy's precursor. You haven't even studied philosophy's precursor. I did years of religious schooling, and I think people who went to them, or at least have a tiny bit of insight, even if it's false insight. I don't know, maybe that's worse, but I feel like there's at least some emphasis on the humanities there, because, you know, the fundamental works are all pieces of writing, aren't they? Not fucking STEM and chasing money and stuff. You know, these people's fundamental works are like hip-hop artists, you know. Oh, so deep. No, it's really not. It's really not deep. All they ever fucking singing about is chasing money, doing drugs, having sex, and that's it. That's a shallow life. By like Virgin, that was called hedonism by philosophers, right? That's a shallow life. There's no depth in that. They don't even sing about like, oh, I'm building up my company, because they don't even do that shit. They're just little lightweights with no real depth. I'm not trying to be pretentious. It's just like, you can see it. It's the same as fucking STEM. Some people are just wrong, or they just seem to have these failures over and over again. I look like a failure because of chronic illness, but in terms of like philosophy and stuff, I could be a lot worse. Why am I playing with these losers, bro? It'd be cool to be a philosopher, but even I feel like, even with all the stuff I've looked into, I feel like I still don't understand a lot. Okay. What the fuck? It's fucking Epic, bro. Epic takes shit over and then ruins it. Yeah, I think he was driving the Rivian, bro. That's crazy. He was driving the fucking Rivian. Oh my god, this is laggy. That guy looks red. He's on blue team, but he looks red. What's my point? I think I'm right and I think they're wrong. Bro. Hey. Like, people be thinking that their philosophers are like fucking Kendrick Lamar. And, god damn. Kendrick Lamar and The Weeknd and J. Cole and Frank Ocean and shit. They think these guys are like philosophers. This is essentially the philosopher for a lot of these modern retards. These are the people that they look up to. How the fuck do you look up to such stupid ass individuals? Such stupid ass individuals, bro. I like Post Malone, but I don't look up to him because I don't think he actually has that much depth. I think he has just some common experiences, and that's about it. Right? I don't look up to him. Why would I look up to him? I think he makes alright music, but that's about it. I don't look up to a singer like this because the music really doesn't have that much depth to it. It has a little bit of depth, but it's kind of just giving expression to some common human experiences like loss and relationships and being rejected and moving on and like Why would I... That's not like the meaning of life kind of question, is it? People in New Zealand and Australia say, oh, why would you even think about that, bro? It doesn't even matter. They live pathetic lives. It's like, what's the point? What's your point? They drink and drink and drink. That's part of it. Drinking lots of alcohol is fucking part of that shit. Why do they drink? To forget about things and destroy their minds. Anti-intellectuals, why wouldn't they do things that destroy their minds? They don't even like thinking. It's like this retarded Buddhist shit that teaches you that thinking is like the anime. How to be thoughtless. People believe that shit. I used to think that had some validity. No, it doesn't. Thinking is worthwhile. It's worth something. Fucking hell. Fortnite's not paused, right? Let me just check. They're not pausing it while I'm playing this, right? No, good. Like, what does the average person think, like, peak, what's the word? It starts with, like, E. Like, sophistication and stuff. Like, I can't remember the word. Like, profoundness. Development. What do they think it is? Like, fashion. Fashion is, like, seen to be the expression of peak. Because what is Kai Cenat doing? Now that he's, like, finished life, he's, like, a millionaire. What is he doing? He's doing fucking fashion. And he's listening to Frank Ocean, and he's being this performative, sophisticated retard, even though everyone knows he's a total idiot who can barely read, right? He's never interacted with a fucking philosophy piece in his life. I think philosophy is the peak of human whatever. But, you know, adding to philosophy, and then STEM is like beside that, but, you know, kind of secondary. Philosophy deals with, like, what is the meaning of life and stuff like that. Why keep living? Which I think is a more important question than, like, oh, how do my clothes look? These guys remind me of GTA players, bro. They're insufferable. Totally insufferable. I was typing the N-word. This is not even the same person, bro. What the fuck? It's not even the same person. Jesus Christ. Totally different person acting the same way. Frank Ocean, Kai Cenat. This is no way this is his account. He's got some goofy ass ancient. He's so performative, bro. So try hard. I guess people start being like that, but honestly, yeah, like anti-intellectualism, materialism, cross intersection is like super super common, and like being a thug. I'm not okay. This isn't actually his account, is it? No, is it? Maybe it is. At least he's trying. He's trying to be like a philosopher and shit. No, look, if he actually commits and he actually learns some stuff, that's good for him. Because a lot of people don't even try. I shouldn't talk shit about him not being able to read. Like, that's not fair. I find reading pretty hard these days, I can't lie. I have to simplify and, like, not do large texts. Because of, ME/CFS. There's a question of if he actually gets into some good shit or if he just becomes like fucking Will Smith's son, who's just a fucking retard who says stuff that seems profound and is just fucking stupid actually. And he's basically a religious person instead of a secular philosopher. I do think it seems hard for a person in his position to become, you know, to get into the good stuff because it's like possibly what use does he have for it? He's already rich. Like, what are you gonna teach Kaisen at? I don't know. I don't know because he's already well off. It's kind of like, what's the point of philosophy for this guy? I don't know. I think a lot of people can benefit from it. Teaches them to act better. Add more depth to their lives, but I guess some people don't want that. People in New Zealand, Australia seem to not want that. Why does it say properly? People gonna be clowning on him. With the wired earbuds. The wired earbuds, bro. The wired earbuds is... He's actually being so performative, though. That's so true. Bro, I was thinking they're just gonna be talking shit, but that's such a fair point. He got wired earbuds for the fashion, bro. He's moving like philosophers. Nah, if he was taking it seriously, I'd respect it though, but I don't know if he is. Probably got his first heartbreak 7 years too late. There's some skull shit. Really changed in MF. It's an hour long. Who needs a critique of hedonism? Doesn't everyone already know the critiques of hedonism? Like, they seem to amount to be saying, oh yeah, guys, did you know hedonism's bad? And it doesn't actually make you feel... Like, it doesn't actually, fix all your issues necessarily. And possibly you can still feel bad even though you got lots of money and stuff. Doesn't everyone know that already? Well, possibly not, because a lot of people seem to still be chasing money. I can't really understand chasing money, because it's like, what do you even... Past the point, what do you even do with it? Literally. Past the point. What do you even do with it? I guess it makes life easier, but... You can see many, many rich people saying, oh yeah, life still kinda sucks. I'm sure this has been, like, gone over many, many times in, like, philosophy for, like, centuries. If not longer than that, like, fucking millennia. Like, 1,000 years. Which is that just having wealth doesn't necessarily, by itself, doesn't necessarily make life better entirely. Like, you can still end up with issues and shit. I'll check out the song. I haven't actually listened to Frank Ocean. I just don't expect someone from the people that I've heard or seen that say that it's good. It doesn't give me the impression that it actually would be. It seems like it'll be shallow shit, like J. Cole. There's an extent to which it has value because it might be relatable to you, but in terms of it being like groundbreaking philosophy, I don't think it is. I highly doubt that it's fucking groundbreaking philosophy in that. Right? Maybe this is just some people's first experiences with this shit. I don't know. I don't know. I need to... I'm gonna quad off to this game. And isn't a common point in philosophy and religion that if you share your wealth with other people, you might feel happier doing that? Like, I don't know. But then all of these rich guys say, oh, I'm so unhappy. And then they don't share their wealth with other people, right? Like, I don't know. I don't think that's necessarily a solution. Probably depends on the person. I'll look more into it after this match. Like, I'm pretty skeptical that any of these fucking hip-hop guys actually have some fucking insight into, into, you know, life itself. It, it doesn't seem realistic to me. Okay, 38 seconds left. Oh, that mac and cheese and pork belly was nice. Only it didn't cost so much. So I'm cutting into my savings every week. A couple $100 a week. It's not smart. It's not smart spending. That's why I need to get stuff from the supermarket, slow cook it, and then I have meals for days. Stuff that I can actually eat, you know? Don't score a goal. This match needs to end. Come on. Why? The thing about Rocket League is you have to be fucking doing stuff the entire fucking match. You can't just be casual. You have to chase the ball, chase the ball, chase the ball. No, honestly. Holy shit, he almost scored. Quit. Let me alt-tab, you piece of shit. Let me alt-tab. Transient rather than the enduring. Yeah, that's kind of part of the point. Legacy. Like, I would say being a nice person is, like, a quality thing. Like, at least to people who are nice back to you, but a lot of people these days don't believe that being nice is a virtue. They seem to think that being a piece of shit and just doing whatever you like, and like especially in the way of like treating people badly and like stepping on them, they seem to think that that's the way to act these days. And like, you know, doing it directly to them. Fuck off. Stupid ass game's moving my shit. I think. Oh, it's 9 keys. Hedonism. He used Tumblr? So it's called Blonde with an A, but it's stylized as Blonde with no A. Why? So I don't really see there's not much critique here though, is there really, of hedonism. It's kind of just a bunch of, and you'll say, oh, it's not disconnected, this links into this and this links into this, come on. Like, how does this relate to? That line doesn't relate to hedonism. Is there an explanation? It just says, it's, how is it a critique? Where's the critique? He just talks about it. How is it a critique? Nike shoes, shiny gold, glitter, and fantasies of pleasure. How does he critique it though? How does he critique it? I don't think there's much critique here. Where's the critique? the most mundane fucking least groundbreaking shit I've ever heard, bro. Oh, in modern society, people only care about immediate pleasure. It's been like that for a long time. People have talked about this over and over and over. The only thing that's going to change it is if a large number of people start doing something different, which hasn't happened, right? Hasn't happened. If they were communists and they saw greater good, saw the wider social greater good, I got kicked, didn't I? It's too quick to send you into the match, seriously. What is this doing? Are you going to let me click in? No. It's gonna send me back to the menu because, oh, we added you to a match and then you were AFK for 3 seconds and now we're kicking you again. Watch this shit, it'll put me back in the fucking menu. I bet. I knew it. I fucking knew it. Kicked for being... I was idle for 5 seconds. For 5 seconds. Fuck this dog shit game. It's so bad. He's not a communist, is he? So, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what he has to say. It won't be groundbreaking because he's not a fucking communist. Communism is the way forward. It's always been the way forward. for a long time. That's the way forward. That's the way out of this hedonistic hellhole. This anti-intellectual, hedonistic, thug-dominated hellhole. Is via communism, and it's always been that way. You see, in China, they still have hedonism, but it's much more intellectual, and there aren't thugs. China's not thug-dominated. You don't have thugs in China the same way you have them in Australia, New Zealand, United States. United States is absolutely dominated by thugs. The United States is run by thugs. The United States government are a bunch of thugs, basically. You can say, well, Chinese government has thugs as well. Yeah, but they're not as bad as the American ones are, honestly. United States has been at war for the vast majority of the time I've been alive. Literally. They went to war with Iraq, they went to war with Afghanistan. They've bombed many places and funded insurgencies, they bombed Libya, they ruined Libya, now they're going after Iran, right? I don't even like some of these countries. I don't like Iran. But United States is a thug country, right? China's not even that communist, but at least they don't have thugs everywhere. New Zealand has thugs everywhere, online and in real life. There are thugs everywhere. It's basically unavoidable. It's a thug culture. There is a culture in this part of the world, in the English-speaking world, and in other parts of it, of the West, where being a thug is seen as a good thing. It's come out of black communities in the United States. This idolization of being a thug, right? And, there used to be like Italian mafia, but people didn't idolize that and then try to become it necessarily as much. Like today, with the influence of black culture on media, in music, and in other areas, being a thug in that way is extremely popular, especially amongst young men. And young women like it as well. Young women listen to all that shit. They like all that shit in the same way. It reinforces anti-intellectualism and hedonism, materialistic hedonism. It does both of these things. All of these things, being an anti-intellectual makes you more likely to become a thug, more likely to be a hedonist. Being a hedonist makes you more likely to be anti-intellectual and more likely to be thug-like. In this sort of superficial hedonist way, right? Superficial, fleeting pleasures hedonism is related to anti-intellectualism and thug culture. Communism's the only way out. This is taking so long, bro. It's been an hour. It's been 2 hours, actually. How long? It's been not 2 hours. It's been 1 hour. It was like 12:50. This is taking too long. Oh. How many players? 516,000 players online. It's crazy. The only way out of this anti-intellectual, superficial, fleeting pleasures chasing hedonistic, thug-dominated cultures via communism, yeah. Are any of these guys communist? No. That's why it's not fucking... That's why it's not fucking, groundbreaking. It's not groundbreaking at all. It's like, oh, we're rediscovering... Oh, guys, do you know when you get rich, life's actually not as good as you think it's gonna be. Yeah, maybe because it doesn't fix any of the actual issues in society. You recognize, oh, the rich people get lonely because then they can't relate to poor people anymore. Why don't you spend your money making other people less poorly off, and then they'll like you more? Right? Why don't they do that? In an actual, like, proper way. Like, why not? I say why not, but realistically no one's ever gonna fucking do this. If they would get wealthy and fund, like, fucking communist shit. They'll never do that, though, because they don't like communism. They think, oh, actually, I deserve to be rich, and other people don't. Why did I start this match? I should just do free play instead of playing matches. So the weekend is like indulgent, and then guys like Frank Ocean and J. Cole are like more reflective and more critical, but ultimately they don't form the fundamental critique, which is that the entire economic system is corrupt and broken, and is dominated by a wealthy few who make pretty much all the decisions for everyone else. They own the media, they own the politicians are owned by these people. Once they get rich, all these influence groups that influence the politics, as they do in every democratic country, are the ones that get the most funding. They get the most funding because rich people support it. Where do you think they get money from? Right? If every fucking person in New Zealand donated $1 to a cause, it would get $5 million. Right? And yet we have fucking causes with billions, like hundreds of millions behind them. Right? Like, these lobbying groups have more money behind them than if every fucking person in the country donated $1. $5 would only be, what, 25 million. The stuff that gets funded the most is the stuff that benefits rich people. Notice the corruption. And of course, anti-intellectual retards are saying, oh, it's Jews, guys. It's all the Jews. It's not the Jews, you fucking retard. It's the capitalists. It's always been the capitalists. And these retards all over TikTok, all over X are saying, oh, it's Jews. Why the fuck would it be Jews? Rich Jews, maybe. But it's not like, it's not just a fucking ethnicity doing it. These people are fucking stupid or something. This is literally... This is like a fucking myth spread by the capitalist as a distraction away from the fact that it is the capitalist who's causing the issues. This is what they did in Nazi Germany. They spread the myth that the Jews were at fault for everything to distract from the fact that it was really the capitalists' fault. Why do they blame Jewish people? Because it's convenient. Why do they blame, indigenous people in many countries? Why do reactionaries blame indigenous people? Because it's convenient. Why do they blame people who are on welfare, who are, poor? Why do they blame poor people? Because it's convenient. Why do they do all these things? Because it's convenient and it ignores the role of the capitalist. It always ignores the role of the rich capitalist, the bourgeoisie. Always ignores their role. The bourgeoisie working hand in hand with the little bourgeois, the petit bourgeois. It's how these countries get dominated, because they train up this new class in the petit bourgeois who does all the complicated stuff for them. I know many people who've gone into it. They work for these massive companies and then divide up the country. And they get paid heaps of money to do it. Seriously. Most people who get like STEM and other university degrees, or lawyers is another one. A lot of lawyers, they're all petit bourgeois, and a lot of them work for wealthy clients to do bad things, to get them out of, consequences that they should have not gotten out of. Like fucking, what was his name? These guys conceded with 13 seconds left, or they voted to. O.J. Simpson. How did he get out? Because he had an expensive lawyer, and the jury was fucking corrupt because of the media coverage of it. Guy killed 2 people, and he got away with it. Can this get off my fucking screen, please? Why is it sitting here? Go away. Go away, Rocket League. Get off my screen. I'm alt-tabbing. Get off my screen. I fucking hate this stupid piece of shit game. I fucking hate this stupid piece of shit game. This is why I don't fucking play it, because it breaks your whole computer. It's always done this shit. It's always done this shit. Now it's crashed. It's actually crashed now, I think. It always does this shit where it breaks your fucking computer just trying to do basic functions. It's still just gonna sit here, is it? Retards will say, oh, it's all immigrants' fault, and it's not. It's not. It's always been the capitalists' fault. And these people are like fucking friends with capitalists. Bro, you are friends with the people who are fucking you over, and you're blaming people who've done nothing wrong at the same time. In the same fucking person, you have attacking people who've done nothing wrong and defending the people who are actually fucking them over. They have it totally the opposite. Totally the opposite. This is how these people are. Dave the Diver, let's go. I haven't played since March 21st. When was that? Almost 3 weeks ago. Almost 2 weeks ago. If only I could play Fortnite, that would be nice. You know what else would be nice if it didn't take 3 hours plus, 2 hours plus. It's been so long. It's been like an hour and a half to download 8 gigabytes. Why does this take so long, Epic? Why is Epic the worst fucking platform that exists? It's like Origin. It's even worse than Origin. Origin was better than this. This is crazy bad. EA Play it is now. And for, you're gonna tell me Dave the Diver doesn't work anymore? Or something. There's a DLC? What the fuck? Is this working or not? Doesn't seem to have even been launched. Huh. This is really annoying. It doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work. Do I just sit here and wait? It's not even launched in here. Dave the Diver, right? Ah, it is launched. It's just not doing anything. Bro, I don't understand. It's just not working anymore. Heaps of my games just don't work for some reason. so tired for those. Oh my god. I just want something casual to play while I'm doing my discourse stuff. Like, this is so fucking bullshit, bro. Seriously. This is gonna lag, it's gonna take so long that it won't even be worth it. It's not even gonna be the right place. Where's Steam? Why is this so fucking slow? Honestly. No! And now it's clicked on something else. I hate this fucking computer. It's so dog shit. It is literally so fucking trash. Just doesn't work a bunch of the time. Where the fuck is resolve compatibility? What's he even talking about? What is he talking about? Doesn't work anymore. There is no XP. Oh, okay, now it's finally running. Holy shit. What the fuck? Why did that take so long? That took like 10 minutes to load. What? just want something casual to play while I do my thinking about other stuff. That didn't work. Okay, now it's launching. And maybe I'll just wait for it. So random. So random, bro. I swear, shit just breaks to piss me off. Like... Okay, it's working now. What was I thinking about? The ruling class, the bourgeoisie, not the poor, not those on welfare, not some specific ethnicity or indigenous group, not immigrants. That's how it is. If we were all wealthy, we wouldn't have half the issues that we do. I'm tired now, this is exhausting me. It's so exhausting dealing with issues all the time. I was just getting into some shit, now I don't feel like it. It's 2:36 a.m. This mental health worker guy wants to meet with me, but it's like, when are we going to meet? I sleep until 5 p.m. Usually meet at like 1 p.m. Means I have to get up at like 11. Which means I have to go to bed at like 2. I have to rearrange my entire routine for this shit. Just to meet during the day. Same if I have to go to the supermarket, I have to get up way earlier. Fucking CIA is just breaking my fucking computer, bro. Or whoever does the international shit. This is insane. Yeah, they're throttling my ex is definitely shadow banned. They're throttling my YouTube rage as well. Not that anyone would want to watch. Well, I don't know. I don't know. It's just corruption. Corruption everywhere. I don't know where to get a white spotted jellyfish. Limestone cave, okay. So much freezing, bro. Crazy. This is unacceptable. I don't feel like playing this. Let's listen to this Frank Ocean album. I really like this song. I like this set of tracks I'm on. so tired now. This has been going for how long, bro? How long has this been going for? The entirety of my stream, so almost 2 hours now. For 8 gigabytes. Almost 2 hours. It's not gonna take 16 minutes, it's gonna take much longer than that. That is not what it's playing. It's playing that fucking Post Malone country song. God. Why's it gone to this? It's not what I was even listening to. Fucking jump scare. Allocates products in society based on need. That would be a good thing. Absence of private property and social classes. I mean, that's like super and stuff. But even just, common ownership. We used to have common ownership in this country. A degree of common ownership in state-owned enterprises. Which they don't do anymore. They barely have state-owned enterprises these days. It's not like they really paid back into... I guess they do with taxes, but still. Means of production is mostly privately owned. We used to have a bit of public means of production. And society does not allocate based on need at all. It allocates based on how much money can you make. And how much can you pay. How would libertarian socialism work? I don't even think about it. I don't think libertarian socialism would work. Who's to enforce it? Nobody. Who's to prevent it from getting crushed? No one. It doesn't work. That's why you need a party. A party is necessary. a vanguard, right? Which is what Lenin pushed. A vanguard that leads people to defend communism, to push for and defend communism. Strengthen proletarian political power against the bourgeoisie. That's right. Complexity and hostility of the establishment required a close-knit group of individuals pulled from the working class to become vanguard of the greater whole, to lead and safeguard the revolutionary ideology within the particular circumstances presented by the reactionary regime. These are reformist parties though, aren't they? They're not actually like fucking communist or anything. Center left. They're not even far left or left wing. And they're not revolutionary, are they? No. They're not a revolutionary organization. You need revolution to be a communist. To be a communist, you have to support communist revolution. It's one of the fundamentals. You can't not support communist revolution. That's why I don't consider... One of the reasons why I don't consider... And there are many... And Chinese Communist Party is not really communist. It's state capitalism. They don't support revolutions abroad, and haven't done for a long time. They're even worse than the USSR in that sense. At least the USSR supported some revolutions abroad. But the USSR was bad in other ways. Leninists argue that Lenin's ideal vanguard party would have open membership, accept the principles of the party program, render the party all possible support. This party could be completely transparent, at least internally. Entire political arena is as open to the public view as a theatre stage to the audience. Party that supposedly implemented democracy to such an extent that the general control exercised over every party man in politics brings into existence an automatically operating mechanism which produces what in biology is called survival of the fittest. The party would be completely open while educating the proletariat to remove false consciousness that had been installed in them. Protect Marxism from corruption from other ideas, as well as advance its plans, educate the proletariat in Marxism, false individual consciousness, instill revolutionary class consciousness. Not to champion the degrading of the revolutionary to the level of an amateur, but to raise the amateurs to the level of revolutionaries. Advanced productive technology that enables material abundance, which in turn would enable the free distribution of most real economic output and the holding of the means of producing this output in common. Differs from socialism, which out of economic necessity restricts to articles of consumption and services based on one's contribution. It's substantially, see, I think this is what like robotics will do, substantially eliminate the need for physical labor in the production of things. You can see this with robotics. And people are like, oh no, that's so bad, people are gonna lose their jobs. Yeah, well actually, if the state manages to own these things, people don't need to work those jobs. And they can get other better jobs, and the state will be able to produce things for people cheaper than any laborer working would. That's a good thing. And then people will want to do their jobs that aren't just some menial, some low-level, you know, paid wage work. Each person would be motivated to work for the good of society despite the absence of a social mechanism compelling them to do so, because work would have become a pleasurable and creative activity, right? This is like, it's very disconnected from our present time, where most people don't work because they want to. Most people work because they have to in order to get money. Or are very limited in what they can do, you know? From each according to his ability means not that you should work as hard as you can, necessarily, but that each person should develop their particular talents, okay? And this says, holding resources in common, which is, yeah, ideally you could have that, but probably before that you would have public ownership, as opposed to private ownership, which is what we currently have. We actually used to have public ownership of many things, not common ownership, but public ownership. Now we don't even have public ownership. It's actually gone backward. Under socialism, with its increasing levels of automation, an increasing proportion of goods will be distributed freely. This is what the apparently supposed to be trying to do in China, which is like automate stuff. But it's hard to see it as anything more than just state capitalism at this point, because there is a lot of private ownership and a lot of like harsh wage labor. Dictatorship of the proletariat, that's another fundamental. You have to agree with dictatorship of the proletariat, which is necessary. Capitalist economic relations will gradually be abolished and replaced with socialism. Natural resources become public property. Manufacturing centers and workplaces become socially owned, democratically managed. Production organized by scientific assessment and planning, thus eliminating anarchy in production. Development of productive forces lead to the marginalization of human labor to the highest possible extent, to be gradually replaced by automated labor. Whatever politics and rational and humane. Well, we don't live in a rational and humane society, do we? The current politics isn't rational and humane. Literally. The thing about social democracy is that social democrats in most parts of the world have never really achieved anything. Like, we've got Mamdani, who calls himself a democratic socialist, but he's gonna run like a fucking social democrat slash neoliberal, I guarantee it. Probably social democrat at best. Neoliberalism reaches everyone on the right and left. State capitalism, yup. I'm gonna go to bed.